y'all, what's up? It's me, Lina. I'm back with Empire, and I know that probably sound a little bit strange, like, where's Mila? What's this? Well, Mila was gone, actually. She got a new video that's coming up soon. It's gonna be about the Machine Gun Kelly concert that took place here tonight, and Mila will have a video up about that, you know, a whole vlog and stuff, just like how me and Mom had our Bad Boy video. Mila didn't have her video for MGK concert, so that's why she wasn't here tonight. But, you know, you got me, your girl, who brings all the fun, the fuzz, the buzz. That's me. So I'm here in my set. This is my room. This isn't Mila's room because my room is purple and my room is so much cooler than Mila's brown room. Like, but whatever. But anyway, yeah. So this episode was it had moments. It had its corny moments, like we said. It did, but it was also had its lit moments, and I'm just like, wait. So yeah, let's start off with basically, I'm tired of freaking Lucius. I'm tired of him. I don't care. Lucius is very disrespectful, and I don't understand why he's so disrespectful, and I don't understand why he acts the way he acts. It doesn't make sense. It's not like he has some mental problem like you would think. Maybe, okay, maybe after all the stuff he went through when he was a kid, he had a mental problem. I mean, he could still have one, but I'm just like, he's really rude and very mean, and he's very he's like, really, like he control him. Like, I don't know what, he's really mean. It's like no reason. Like, I don't know if this is a real good thing for Terrence Howard's character to be like really mean and like really controlling, because like, there's been some reports about some things. So I'm just like, I don't like how they kind of making Lucius, he's being like really mean. And it's not like how back in like the other seasons where he was mean, but he still like kind of had a soul. Now he's just mean, and it's just like, okay, Lucius, I'm done with Lucius being mean and rude. Like, I don't understand like his conniving ways. I cannot. I don't know. I cannot with that though. That honestly I can't. So yeah. Anika came in. She was asking Lucius, you know, to talk to her. He's like, well, the door is open, stupid. Come on in. So she came in, and he was watching the streaming numbers go up, up, and up, and up, and up, because he wanted 10 million. If they didn't hit 10 million, then he was going to lose $50 million. He needed 10 million subscribers. So you guys had to go subscribe, go watch his video. I'm just kidding. He had to go subscribe and all that. So basically, she was like, look, I don't have nothing to do. I'm bored in this house. He was like, you call my granddaughter nothing to do? That's what you need to be doing. So Anika wanted to get out of the house. She's like, she wants to be A&R. He's like, no, I wasn't going to do that. So he started shaking really, really bad. So she's like, oh my God, you want the doctor? Because, you know, he had ALS. And it's like, he had freaking ALS, and she didn't know what was happening. I don't even want to say what was happening, but let's just say it was a girl up under the table, and he was like, oh, she was looking for my pin or whatever. So Anika was just like, you disgusting, and you need to leave. That was Anika's old assistant back when Anika used to be A&R. And I'm just like, this family is so trifling. I don't understand why they are so mean to each other. I don't get it. Honestly, I don't. Honestly, truly, I do not get I don't get why they act the way they act. It's too much. But anyway, Lucius is like, look, I need exclusive content, Cookie. I need 5 new songs by the end of the week, or I'm dropping the black and white album. I'm just like, again with the black and white, I'm like, Jamal already said he don't want that. Those songs are outdated. They don't like represent this time, so he should be ready to throw that in the trash. Like, oh my God. But yeah, so basically she's like, look, you're not gonna do that. I got lunch with Angelo. And Lucius was like, oh, what you want to do with that Oreo? And he was like, I'm like, he don't even know Oreo. He like freaking chocolate fudge. Like, he don't even, like, stop. But anyway, yeah, yeah, I get why he got an Oreo, but yeah. Anyway, so she was like, look, just because he warms the hearts of kids, you want to be with him. So then she was basically like, he gonna warm something else later, but yeah, he warmed the hearts of kids. And I'm just like, okay. But Andre got released, and then his attorney, which is his friend that went to his wedding 10 years ago, whatever, his name is Max, he was like, don't go all Black Lives Matter on me. And I'm like, what you want him to do? You would want him to go and do that because he was treated unfairly. I'm just like, they threw him on the ground. They assaulted him. And he's like, oh, don't go all Black Lives Matter. I'm like, who do you think you're talking to? And then the reporter, so the reporter was like, you know, are you going into your parents' criminal footsteps? Are you a gangster now? And he was like, okay, first of all, you need to take 2 steps back, bitch. First, and second of all, he was like, look, what happened to me is what happened all around America. So he's like, well, what happened then? Then Rhonda was like, yeah, Andre, what happened then? Because if it was for me, you not saving me, then this would never happen. I'm like, Rhonda, whose side are you on right now? Like, I thought at least we was cordial in some way. You gonna come after him like that? Like, oh, if I wasn't dead, no, it would have still happened, okay? Your little white self wasn't gonna save him. Anyway, but yeah, and she gave if she wasn't dead, he never had to clean up the apartment. But that doesn't matter. It still could have happened. Anyway, but yeah. So he was just standing there talking like okay, does anybody else not see this lady floating? But yeah. So Jamal was at a support group, and you know the leader, the guy, he looked real interesting. I see a new character development coming in, some new characters, some fresh new characters. But yeah, so this girl's like, okay, yeah, you don't have PTSD or whatever. Well, we saw what happened to you. So then he was like, look, we saw it and it happened. So it's just gonna be like that. You know, don't give him no flack. So he went and chased after Jamal. He looked like a skinny version of Cam Newton. I don't know what the guy's name was, but he was playing the support group leader. And, you know, he was like, look, your PTSD is no less significant than my PTSD because I was in the military. It's no different. We go for the same. So he was like, look, I just trying to test the waters, and I see that I think I got a handle on this. You know, but Jamal wasn't really feeling it. You know what I'm saying? I guess he really didn't want to talk about it just yet. And then the guy really noticed it. So that's like a new character development that I see that's going to happen in the future. Meanwhile, Cookie went to Dre. She's like, look, I'm guessing it was a white cop. He's like, look, I could have done differently. I could have did this. So then Lucius was like, no, it was nothing you could have done different. You was born black, and that's just it. So then he's like, no, but I gave him sass. And Cookie's like, I don't want to hear you giving them. You didn't give them sass. That cop was a dirty cop that did that to you. So he was like, look, I'm going to take Thirsty's going to take care of it. Then Andre was like, really? Thirsty? Like, we already got the FBI up our butts. We don't need Thirsty doing more. So he's like, look, you gonna have to like do something. So Cookie was like, look, they messed with the wrong person. And he was like, no, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet. He was like, look, it wasn't caught on video. There's like, it wasn't caught on video, so it's your word against the cops, and that's not gonna work. So he's like, he just like was like, forget it. He's like, look, I graduated. I'm a CEFO and I graduated. He's like, I'm not about to fight fire with fire. So then Lucius was like, that boy is headed for a world of trouble. I'm like, you telling me, Lucius? But yeah. Cookie was trying to help, but you know, they was like just gonna go get that cop, you know, like he was gonna do something to him, you know, so he would be like, stop lying. But yeah. Meanwhile, it was this guy named Graham. They was like, Tyreek and the other partner guy was, he said he used to run with the mafia, so I know he got some connections. It was Romeo. Little Romeo was trending. It was Romeo. He got Romeo now. The rapper guy's like, y'all know Romeo. Y'all know Romeo, right? But yeah, Romeo, he was on there. I was like, this kind of, I was shocked. I was wondering when he was gonna be on here, like, you know what I'm saying? And they got like a real rapper. You know, I haven't seen any real rappers, real rappers on the show. And why I haven't, like, other than like, was him on there? Oh, Exhibit was a rapper. But I mean, like, you know, actual that people that was rapping first. You know what I'm saying? That was before rappers, before they started being actors. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like he's like one of the first people that I saw on here. I was like, oh my god, so that's Romeo. He's a good actor. He can act. So I was like, that's cool that they have him on there. So Tyreek was like looking for something to pin on Lucius. So then Portia was like, you know, I want a selfie, and it's like, oh no, y'all don't have to worry about Portia. She just crazy. You know what I'm saying? She didn't know I want to talk to her. So the other guy was like, is this really what it's about? And Tyreek was like, I'm just gonna build a new case, and I'm just gotta pick this one, and I'm gonna get him because he stole my daddy from me. And he was just so upset. I was like, I would be questioning too, Asian other guy, because he was like, you okay, Tyreek? I mean, this case been closed for like 5 years, and I'm just like, bruh, I think we should move on. But yeah, so this had this cool xylophone island feel. It was Tiana. She was performing Let Me Love You Long Time. It was like a little, supposed to be like a little, like, I wouldn't say Rihanna work, because it was a different beat, but it was like, I knew that they were trying to base that off of that, like, because, you know, everybody's doing these type of reggae, dance hall type feels, pop can, all that. They trying to do all that type of music right now, so that's what's popping, you know. That's what they Empire tried to do. So it sounded like, you know, it sounded like really good. So Graham came up there, and Cookie's like, I didn't know Graham was performing. So Hakeem was like, until he went and kissed Tiana. He was like, yeah. So Jamal, Lucius was like, dang, Jamal, you look worse than me when I was dying from ALS. Really? You want to tell Jamal he looked worse than you from when you was dying? Like, what? Cookie was basically just like, the negativity need to stop. So Jamal's like, it's okay, oh, Hakeem, it's cool, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be okay. Graham kissed Tiana. You know, Hakeem was like, that's my girl. And Jamal's like, that's not your girl. First of all, stupid. You need to shut up. Second of all, you need to calm down. Y'all need to be fighting. So then Lucius was like, no, don't fight. You were lying. He ain't nothing. This and do this and that. Put it in a song. I'm like, he tricking that boy to give him new music for his freaking streaming company. He don't care about him. He spit some napalm on this diss track. Okay, he's like, we gonna get that graham cracker. Jamal was like, I'm done. I'm leaving. I would be leaving too. I could not even. Anyway, Cookie was about to make her black girl magic happen. She was gonna cure him of his PTSD. She got freaking Mariah Carey playing Kitty. I was like, that's the perfect role for Mariah Carey. It totally is. Kitty, that just fits Mariah Carey. But she was on there, you know, she was doing her thing. She looked so nice. Jamal was like, I don't know what to say. So then Cookie was like, say yes. So she was like, look, your mom had an idea. I go on tour and I do a song with you. She's like, I really, really want to do a song with you. So Jamal was like, well, I'm not really yet to perform. So Cookie was like, come here, stupid. So she's like, look, you need this. All your numbers are dropping and we need to do this for you. So basically he was like, okay. The black and white album don't come out and I give him this. So he's like, look, I got a proposition for you, Kitty. So they're about to do something. And she's like, okay. You know, she had a men help her off the stage, like, just like Mariah Carey. That character is Mariah Carey, and Mariah Carey is that character. They should have just made her name Mariah Carey. I think her niggas, you know. Anyway, so the boy named Zay, you know, the guy from Angelo's thing, he's going to get recorded for Empire. And Lucia's like, look, I didn't invite you for tea. You want to start recording? So he's like, is Angelo going to mind? He's like, I don't think so. So he went and did it. He's like, look, you kept me away during that whole boring seminar thing, so thank you. Meanwhile, Jamal like, this album can't be released, and Lucia's like, Empire Streams needs it. And he's like, well, you are a vampire. You are a vampire. That's why he's so bloodsucky. So he's like, well, here's a freshly slit vein for you. So they, here's a freshly slit vein for your liking. I'm like, okay, Jamal. Okay, then they start talking more vampire talk. I'm like, back to the task at hand here. Like, what the heck? It was so freaking crazy. And he's like, Kitty. He's like, ooh, delicious. Keep bleeding. Okay. That was, wow. So Kitty's going to do a duet with Jamal on the black and white. The back of my album won't get released. That's like going to be like a regular song that you can just go on an extreme. So he's like, well, thank you, said. He's like, no, thank you. And I was like, what kind of father-son relationship is this? Here's a freshly slit vein for you. Whoa, keep bleeding. Sounds delicious. I'm like, why? Why can't they just talk regularly and not argue? And then why does Lucius have to be so freaking weird? Anyway, so Cookie's like, that's all you about now. Crushing numbers, getting to the bottom lines. He's like, yeah, what else? She's like, you are a vampire. He's like, well, let me suck on some of your blood. And she's like, drop dead. He's like, I can't. I'm a vampire. Stupid. Did you not just hear what he's saying? Duh. Anyway, so Hakeem, he was going hard. He was really going hard, but it wasn't real. It wasn't hard. He was going hard his physical appearance, but his flow wasn't hard enough. So Nessa was like, oh, so then she didn't like it. And Sean was like, you beastin', you beastin'. So Nessa was like, we really about to do this. She really didn't want to talk smack about Tiana on the diss track. She didn't want to do that. So then she was like, okay, well, I get it, Keem. I get it, Keem. You want to, you know, get back on her, but that's not my jam. I ain't about to do that. Disrespecting her. So Sean was like, get your in here. And she's like, I'm not about to do that. So then he grabbed her by the throat. He was like, I said, get in here. So then Hakeem was like, and then she freaking ran away. So then Sean was like, what? He's like, you didn't have to do that, Sean. I'm like, you could have left her out of here. He was like, Nessa, come here. And I'm just like, huh. I knew it was a matter of time before Sean started hitting Nessa, grabbing Nessa, like if he already didn't before. I'm like, oh my God, Sierra McClain. I'm like, I'm so scared. Sierra. I'm like, oh my God. What? Dang. I didn't grab the button. What you doing? But yeah, so that was really crazy for me. Lucius was like, Hakeem told Lucius, and Lucius was like, and you sleep with her? He's like, no. He's like, that's not your problem. Wow. That's not his fight. So he was like, look, Shine is trying to give me something hot. He need a hot song. He's like, take notes. What happened to the monster who tried to take out his father and roll his throne? He's like, I ain't choking no girl. That's some bitch. And I was like, that's true. That's true. Hakeem, mad respect to Hakeem. Mad respect to the highest level, because he's not going to do that. So yeah, so Lucius was like, I need that song. He's like, okay, I'm going to get it. Fine, daddy. Whatever. Meanwhile, Leah was like, Juanita's holding that baby. Aren't you supposed to be doing it? And she's like, Anika was like, aren't you supposed to be sedated or dropping dead? No, she didn't tell that, oh, I'm supposed to be sedated or drop dead. I'm like, okay. So then, guess what happened? She was like, my mom used to have a voodoo doll and stuck pins in it. And Leia said that about her mom. Basically saying that Anika was a voodoo doll, she's gonna kill her. So then the delivery man came in and he was all good looking. So then Anika was like, So she wrote her name down, for signature, but I think she wrote her phone number too. So she's like, what? So Leah was like, okay. Meanwhile, Angela, like, this young man barely escaped his life. He was like, Zay was about to go to MIT. He cannot do this. Cookie was like, oh, that was Lucius. So then he's like, look, the kid's future is bright. Don't tempt him. So then he's like, look how many kids. She's like, look how many kids were killed to have a contract. And he's like, yeah, but we don't need another rapper. we need another, you know, scientist or another computer person or, you know, more people other than rappers. So basically, he showed that you don't have to be a rapper or athlete or hustler to cook. He's like, boy, bye. So he showed her how Zay was teaching these girls how to do code in the Black Girls Code seminar thing. It was really cool. He's like, there's a million jobs in the U.S. and, you know, Zay's their mentor. And it was so cute. He's like, this is the future right here. And this is how they rise. And it's like, aww. And then the cookie seemed like it felt to hit her. But did anybody notice how Tay Diggs is acting like he's in a freaking Shakespeare play? He's like, we don't need this. We need that. I was like, dial it down. Dial it down. This isn't the Tony Awards. Dial it back a little bit. But yeah. So Andre's attorney was like, look, this is going to be misdemeanor. You be on 5 minutes. So Hakeem came in with Jamal. And he's like, oh, we got the bill. You got 5 minutes. That's cool. Until they was like, you charged with felony, battery, aggravated assault, and assault against a police officer. And he was like, I did not hurt no police officer. I was on her. So then the judge was like, that's what the trial's for. And you'll be innocent until proven guilty or whatever. I'm just like, first of all, you need to be quiet. You know he didn't do it. So this is too much. His turn's like, look, eventually probation. He was like, what do you mean eventually probation? You want me to plead out? He wanted him to plead out. He's like, look, it's your word against the cops. It's not going to work. So then Andre's like, I never like to admit to something that I didn't do in the first place. He's like, Max, you went to my wedding, bruh. How you gonna do this to me? So Jamal was like, nope. No. And then Lucius pulled up in this big old freaking non-inconspicuous van. I'm like, that big old van pulling up in that freaking party bus. Like, you about to go to a freaking party. But anyway, Lucius like, congrats, you in the system now. He's like, you didn't want my help. So he was like, you see. So then he took him to the old neighborhood. So then Hakeem was like, we never grew up here. And Andre was like, yes, we did, Hakeem. You was a baby. You didn't know. He's like, lean up against the car. So then Lucius was like, I tried to shield y'all from this hood. And he's like, and it was the biggest mistake of my life because y'all soft. And y'all soft. Y'all never walked these streets. So then he was like, look. And Jamal was like, here ends the lesson. And he's like, no, the lesson just begun. So he's like, look. The cops, like, you want to open the door? Andre's like, open the door, open the door. She's like, okay, why? So the cops can beat you and go to jail so Jamal can get shot. And so, and be with your little girlfriends in class. And so Hakeem can be punked out by somebody. He was like, no. He's like, I thought the only problems I had was because you was bipolar, gay, and a spoiled brat. But he's like, you freaking black. You black, Andre, you black. He's like, Andre was like, open the door, open the door, open the door. He's like, open the goddamn door. He's like, your name might as well be Trayvon Martin or Freddie. And then he said that. They said that. He's like, look, you just another hashtag away from being dead. So he's like, y'all need to learn. Y'all need to know this and that. So he's basically, Lucius was trying to tell them something. But the way it come off as Lucius, he was trying to tell them, like, okay, this didn't happen. Like, you cannot just, like, excuse the fact, like, you just can't think that just because it doesn't matter. You black, and that's all they see. It don't matter what. It don't matter if he's a CFO. It don't matter nothing. So he was trying to tell them something. He was trying to tell them, teach them something. But the way it come off as Lucius, it come off as he's cocky and he don't care. So it seems like he's being really rude. That's the way it coming off. But if it came off a little more softer, then it would come out better and they would understand. But they just not understanding. So Andre freaking jumped off the thing. He left, and you know, because Lucius mentioned Rhonda, and he's like, don't you ever mention Rhonda. Consider what just happened. So he left. He's like, I don't know what it means to be a black man in America, but I know what it means to be a lion. I'd rather be in prison or dead. So he ran off. So then Jamal was like, Andre, come here. So everybody was like, hey, that's Jamal Lion. And then Hakeem stayed. And he's like, aren't you going with your little sisters? Then he was like, nah, Lucius. He told the driver, he's like, take this original black man to the studio. So he went and he used Tiana's vocals for the disc. I'm like, and he's like, it's all owned by Empire anyway. So yeah, so then he's like, look, I'm just like, you don't own her. You don't even know her. You just broke up with your fiance. Then, his jacket looks so cute though. Lucius freaking dad. It was like, I was like, no, they didn't just make Lucius dab. He was like, it was like really, he was like, it like he was trying to do it, but it was like, it looked like he was having a freaking spasm attack. No, they don't, no. Lucius don't know. I know. No, I swear, no, I cannot fathom. No, don't do that. Because it was okay, it was. Anyway, so yeah, he's like, that's the monster I was looking for. So then he got a call. He's like, why you calling me? He's like, heck no. So then Hakeem was dancing and he's like, bring him home, Shine. Shine was like, oh, no, I'm just kidding. He's like, yeah, please, bring him home. Meanwhile, Lucius went home. He was like, Leia, where is she? Then Leia was peeling apples. Then Anika was like, a little more higher, a lot higher. And then it hit 10 million. It was like, so then, guess what she did? She had a guy up under her table. And she was like, oh, he was just looking for my earring. I'm like, that's disgusting. And guess what Lucius went? Lucius got his gun. He's like, why are you running? Why are you running? And Anika was like, oh, haha. She was laughing. I'm like, you put that delivery man in freaking trouble. So anyway, she's like, look, you pushed me, I pushed back harder. And this is his house. He's like, this is my house, and all this and that. And she's like, look, the only man that's going to be touching you is the coroner. We're taking your dead body after my mama killed you. Okay, so Lucius is aware that his mother can kill her. He's aware. So yeah, so then look, she's like, I married you to save you. And I married you again to save you. And I didn't want my daughter to grow up without a mother, so that's why I had to cooperate. So, this is the Haunted House Horrors, and you know what? I saved it from Tyreek, and look, we both cornered. So yeah, she was like, I'm just standing up to make a point. This is the point. She's like, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and you gonna do what you want to do. So let's just call this a mutual assured destruction, or we both go down in flames. I see you, Anika. I see you. I see you. I see you. So she got him. Meanwhile, Freedom, she still got that. I thought she still had those finger waves, but she didn't. She had like braids. You know, they just had like the little thing in the back, like the new hairstyle everybody's doing. Jamal went to go meet her at the prison, and then he jumped back. So then he had flashbacks, and she was like, you know, what happened to the Jamal line? I knew. Where's the music show? He's like, the Jamal line you knew, you shot. I'm like, who? Then she tried to touch his hand, and he was like, get away from me, get away from me, get away from me, you shot me, it's not your fault. So he's basically going through hard withdrawal. So then he was like, okay, can somebody get her please? And then the guard was like, come here. She's like, get off me, why are you doing this? So he basically went there and kind of started trouble. But yeah, he couldn't handle it really because he just kept having flashbacks. She shot him, and she wasn't trying to shoot him, she was trying to shoot Lucius, but you know, yeah, so he's really going hard in there. He started taking some pills, and Andre, they was at the studio. Andre was like, you coming? He's like, yeah. So they took him to the studio. He was like starting to sing with Kitty, and then his voice started cracking. He's like, I'm okay. So then Lucia's like, oh my god, you want to reschedule? And she's like, no, we're going to be okay. So he's like, we're about to be front row and center to a Jamal flame out. So Jamal, he was like, can we turn the lights down a little bit? They turned the lights down, and Andre came in, and Kitty was like, watch out, Andre. And she started flirting with him. I'm like, wow. You know what I'm saying? That was like crazy. But Jamal took some pills. He turned around. He was feeling it. He did it. They sang that song. That was a really good song. It sounded like a really actual song. Then, you know, Cookie was like, how does that crow taste? And he was like, tastes good. Did she say crow? If she didn't, somebody correct me. But if she did say crow, that's freaking disgusting. Probably because he's supposed to be like a vampire. I don't even know. I don't understand. But yeah, so he was like, look, I'm surprised. He's high as a kite. And she's like, nuh-uh, he's not high. But he was taking those pills. He was real high. So, how high? No, Mariah Carey hit that high. It's like, it was like air. I can't really do it really good. But yeah, so she did her thing on there. And I'm like, that's really nice. You know, I think she really did fit on there. And Lucius was like, y'all some bad people in there. Meanwhile, Zay was like, this is real. You know, later on that night, because it's like, it takes a long time to turn night. But later on that night, Lucius was like, look, there's much more I can give you in this contract, and more I can give you keys to a car. You want a car? So then she was like, just sign on a dotted line. So he was nervous. Cookie was like, yeah, you should, because you have to work with the devil. So she ripped up his contract. She's like, look, I'm sending you to college. Such a shame. You could have been huge. He was basically trying to get, Lucius was trying to get to say, he's like, you could have been huge. Such a shame. Blah, 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 blah. So she's like, look, Zaya, I see more than a future multi-platinum rapper artist. And Empire ain't going nowhere. So you can go to college, come back after 4 years, be real serious about this music thing, and, you know, talk to us. So then Lucius was like, we ain't gonna wait for you. I'm like, that's a kid, Lucius. Then Cookie was like, look, you got my word. I'm gonna be your revolt. So then he was like, thanks, Mom. So basically, I'm like, that Cookie did real good. So then he was like, oh, so that's because of that Angelo. So then he was like, she was like, no, this is because of me. Ugh. Later on that night, Angelo thanked Cookie, and he was like, look, you're not better than me. I'm not ashamed of the music I make, and I'm not ashamed about my backstory and how I hustled. And he's like, look, I respect you, I respect your music. And I'm like, okay. But yeah, so then he was like, look, Empire is an American triumph. And I'm like, but you just said the music was bad. Like, but anyway, he was like, look, he tried to get all licky kissy, like, but she's like, no, lunch first. He was like, okay, I'll get you next time. So she's like, okay. And he's like, I'll get you. And she's like, okay. So, yeah. You never do old to follow. But anyway, so Cookie was like standing because I think she was upstairs in her office, but she was downstairs with Jamal. And she was like, "You should be happy." He was just standing. He was like, "Why are you standing there, stupid? What's wrong with you?" So he was like, "The Black Album." Oh my God, it was a little something that Lucius came up in the marketing place. He got rid of all the songs Cookie produced. That was the White Part album, and then the Black Part album was Lucius. So he just kept all that, and it became a new thing. And so he's like, "Look, this ain't nothing to do with this." He's like. She's like, this ain't got nothing to do with the streaming. This is personal. So he's like, no, it's just business. I'm taking over the music side. No more of this split thing. I'm taking over. So then he was like, okay. Lucius like, I love how y'all like to judge me like I'm not a human being. You do that to yourself. What are you talking about? You do that to yourself. You make yourself seem like you're not human being because you do stuff that's not human being-ish. You cold. He act like a vamp. Like, what's he talking about? He's like, oh, what you talking about? She was like, you act like we don't have feelings. He's like, you hurt my feelings. I'm like, okay, so then I'm like, he's like, why don't y'all quit? And she's like, half of this is my belongings, and I don't know why you don't believe that, and I don't even know why you're not hearing that. So then he's like, look, at the end of the day, it's all business. She's like, look, I got the board on my side, so if you try to kick me out, it's gonna be something worse. So then she's like, look, do what you want. And she's like, well, all right, baby, you want to play? Let's play. Let the games begin. He's like, okay, Cook, okay. I would pummel his face because he was just like, okay, Cook. I'm like, whatever. Anyway, so then at the end, Andre was walking. Tyreek was like walking back, and he was like walking while black. Got you in trouble in the first place. What you doing out here? So he's like, look, you gonna see some time after the police officer's report. He was like, dang, it was so crazy. So then Andre's like, you was behind that. You got him to lie and up the charges. So he's like, no, I didn't. I just let the guy talk, and I took advantage of the situation. That Tyreek, man, he is acting so weird. He's like, look, you want some trumped up charges and you're a trumped up fed and you're not going to give me and all this and that. So he was basically like, okay, Andre, okay. That's basically what he told him. He was just like, okay. So he was like, look, yeah, I can help you out with that. I can help you. So he's like, you want me to be an informant? He's like, let me help you here, uncle. I'm not going to do that. So he's like, you are your father's son, nephew. He was talking like he had subtitles. You know when they have subtitles on a show and they be talking? That's how he was talking. He's like, okay, nephew, then. Well, then. I'm like, okay. So anyway, he was like, look, you ain't no ordinary black man. You in the system now? You a liar. It was his prize game for us. He's like, have a good night, nephew. I'm like, he gonna tell him to have a good night. Wurufuki. Like, what the heck is... Anyway, next week, Cookie was like, she's going to take Angela out to, this fancy thing, you know what I'm saying? Andre and Lucius, they going to be doing something shady. Shine was like, we got guns, we got war. He got freaking AKs. I'm talking about he got that. He got guns. He going to kill Lucius. Somebody beat Shine up. I don't know who did it. But yeah, so Andre's like, Nessa, you going to take what's yours? And she's like, are you? I'm like, are they trying to do something here? Like, I don't think that's good. No, like, don't do it. But anyway, yeah, so I'm like, okay. Then at the end, it was funny. It's like roses are red, violets are blue. Tonight's Rosewood is all new. That's because tomorrow night Rosewood's going on. It's like it was funny, the little poem. But anyway, yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. On this video was so long, I didn't mean for it to be really long. But thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to comment your thoughts. Mila will be back next week. Bye.